Hi, folks. Welcome to Tuesday's Coffee with John. We are on to, for those of you who are new, by the way, we've just been going through 4 to 5 minutes every day, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, just going through the Epistle of John, having a cup of coffee or tea, and just thinking about what is being said. Now, for me, 1 John 4 it's stunning talking about the love of God. And he brings it all the way around again. So we'll do the last two verses of the chapter, verse 20 and 21. Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or sister is a liar, for whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. And he has given us this command: anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. Do you know, in one way, it's actually quite easy to say you love God, because how is anyone ever going to know that? And we ourselves, the words, you can sing about loving God, you can talk about loving God, you can preach about loving God as I do, and yet not do it. It's easy to do it. But here, our Christian commitment is really brought to bear on the evidence of whether we love our Christian brothers and sisters. If we don't, then that lovelessness completely contradicts what God has commanded, and it becomes a huge stumbling block. So, just as for many people, and I've known this in my lifetime, I've seen it in two churches I was pastor in Brora and in St. Peter's. I remember one man in St. Peter's, I think I've said this to you before, saying, a visitor who came said, you people are amazing. I hate what you teach, but I wish I had what you had. Because he saw the love that was there. It wasn't perfect. Lots of problems in relationships. But it was there, and it was real, and you could see it. And love for God was expressed in how we treated one another and how we loved one another. So here's a real issue. If you don't love the Christians whom you see regularly, whom you know, who you see, how can you love God who you don't see? That's what John is really saying to us. And the love that we're talking about is not how you feel about somebody, but it's what you actually do. It's the actions that we have. I sometimes think I've done some things because of the love of God. I'm not trying to get something from somebody else, but I recognize in my brother and sister that they belong to God, that they are God's children, and that we have a particular love for the Lord's people. And that in itself is an evidence of the love of God. I mean, I think there are various marks of grace that you can use if you like. You love God's word, you pray, you're conscious of your own sin. There's the fruit of the Spirit and so on, which are also tied in with this. But this is an absolutely very, very clear one. If we love God, we love our Christian brothers and sisters. Well, may God enable each of us to do so. Even as I'm saying this, I'm realizing where I fall short in this particular regard, and how easy it is to be a little bit isolationist, how easy it is just to shut yourself away and say, well, it's just me and God. No, it has to be borne out in practical Christian love and community. So, God bless you. We shall see you tomorrow, I hope. Bye.